Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and if it's your first time stopping, don't forget to subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the books that I've enjoyed in 2019, just to give you guys kind of like some ideas on some things you might want to pick up in the new year, or whatever it is you might want to try, like a different book, or you've heard of a book but like wanted an opinion on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video. I have about 5. So one of the books is going to be digital, while another, like the rest of the books, I actually have physical copies of. So yeah, they're kind of like a mixture of like business, mindset, like spirituality as well. So let's jump right into it. The first one I'm going to start off with is a business book, and I actually rented this book off the library, and I had to just buy my own. No, I didn't do that. I did something else. I illegally downloaded the book. Yeah, I did that. So, but I ended up going ahead to purchase the physical copy of the book because I really liked it. So this book is called The 12-Week Year, Get More Done in 12 Weeks Than Others Do in 12 Months by Moran. I really enjoyed this book because it gives you like actionable steps that you can take to achieve goals that you want to in 12 weeks rather than waiting, because usually we don't tend to do anything till the end of the year or the beginning of a new year. That's when everyone's kind of like, let's go do this. But this book gives you like a step-by-step plan on how to achieve any goal that you have in 12 weeks and achieve way more than somebody would in a year by you just focusing on 90 days to achieve your goal. So I feel like this is a book I definitely need to read again as we're going into a new year. But I really like this book. It's a short read too. It's not a book that's super long. You can definitely finish it in like, I don't know, a day or two or so. It's only about 188 pages, so this is for sure like an easy read that you can get done. But I really like this book, and I need to read it. I need to go back again and read it. But literally, like, it shows you, like, it gives you a step-by-step plan on how to increase your income, increase your productivity, and things you wanted to do. And I remember when I read this book, I was like, wow, holy shit, I can get more done in less time. But I'm not even gonna lie, I need to go back again and read this book and like write out some action steps that I want to take. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this book though. I went ahead and purchased mine from Amazon. I will leave the links of all of these books down below as well, so you can just go ahead and click away and you don't have to worry about searching it. Just click that link and it takes you to the book. So yeah, so the next book I'm going to be talking about is a book that I actually picked up a couple of months ago, and I kid you not, I read this book in freaking 4 days, like literally, and that's probably like the quickest time I've read a book. Yeah, 4 days. I'm kind of a slow reader, but I'm working on it. The next book I wanted to tell you guys is called The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. So this is what the book looks like. I should bring it up nice and close. There you go. I love this book. I really love it. It's such an easy read. It makes sense. If you're somebody that like struggles with like money mindset, or you want to achieve more financially in your business, in your career, I definitely recommend you reading this book. And it also gives you action steps as well of how to have a millionaire's mind. And I really liked how each chapter had like things that you had to do as well. So I really enjoyed it, and it also got you to reflect on like, what's your financial blueprint, what's your thermostat set at. So definitely I would say read this book if you're somebody that's like struggling with money mindset, or you're wanting to achieve more, like you're wanting to essentially increase your wealth mindset. So because a lot of the times we're brought up to think of money from a place of lack, whereas this book will like help you like reset your mindset with money. And I really like it. It's really good. I definitely need to go back and read this book again. All of these books that I'm going to be mentioning today, I'm going to go back again and reread them, but because they're just so good. And sometimes when you read a book, you have to read it like a couple more times for it to like sink in. But this book is so good. Like, I literally have pages in here just highlighted, and that's me. Like if I'm enjoying a book, like you'll see highlights all over the book. Are you guys the same way? Like let me know down below. But yeah, it just like helps you reframe your mindset from one of lack to one of prosperity, because abundance is our birthright. But definitely give this book a read if you're wanting to shift your money mindset in the new year. And I got this from, I believe, the bookstore or Chapters or whatever, but I'm sure you can find this on Amazon. I'll put a link down below as well. The next book I'm going to be talking about that I really enjoyed in the year of 2019 is Ask and It's Given, Learn to Manifest Your Desire by Esther and Hicks, The Teaching of Abraham. This book I also finished reading really quickly as well, and this book actually has just really helped me reframe the way like I think of things, like when I want to manifest something. So instead of coming from a place of like I want something, for example, but instead you should come from a place of gratitude, and how all you have to do is actually, let me not spill all the tea on this book, but if you're wanting to kind of dive a little bit into manifestation, kind of like how when you ask the universe for your desire, how that comes to pass, I definitely recommend you reading this book as well. A lot of people's podcasts that I listen to and people that I like to learn from, they definitely listen to Esther Hicks. And so I went ahead one day, I was at the bookstore and this book like jumped out at me. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up and start reading it. It's an easy read as well, super digestible as well. It's definitely like, the message on here is channeled by Abraham, but it's definitely like, it's a different way of like thinking if you're not into like manifestation and those concepts. So if you're reading this book, definitely have an open mind while you're reading it. But I really enjoyed this book, and there's also like step-by-steps as well to help move you from like a low vibration state to higher vibration state. So I like the action tips that are in this book. I definitely want to go back again and read this book, and it's just helped me like learn a lot when I go to ask for things from like God, the universe, and things, and just like reframing how I ask. So I definitely recommend reading this book. And yeah, if you're just wanting to learn about like manifestation and how to get what it is that you ask for, definitely pick up this book, check it out. And if you guys have like read any of these books that I'm mentioning, comment down below and let me know, because like it's nice to know like, okay, I'm not the only one reading this as well. Like you guys are actually like into some of these books as well. Or if you have any suggestions that you're like, you know what, Yanni, since you read that book, I think you should check this out, drop it down below. I'm always like wanting to learn and always looking for new books to read. I'd say I'd read a lot of like self-help books and like personal development books. I'm not into like fiction books. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, fiction books. So yeah, you think you sent a text message but you didn't. So the next book I'm going to be talking about, I actually read this book, I want to say in like 3 days or so. Like it was just so good. So I'm someone like, I'm always wanting to learn about like rewiring my money mindset, learning more about money mindset, and just like having an abundant mindset rather than from a place of lack and scarcity, because the universe is abundant and I believe that. And so I like to get books that get me to think outside my comfort zones, outside things I've learned. And so this book, I actually heard about Kyle Cease. I didn't even know who he was until he was on a podcast called School of Greatness by Lewis Howes, and he had him on there as a guest, and I was like, who is this guy? I like your stuff, it resonates, I connect with it. And he launched his book, and guys, literally this book was $2, but you get a refund back from the Apple. Like I bought it off like the iBooks app and I got $1 refunded back to me. So this book literally cost $1, but the amount of value in it is fucking insane. Like just so good. It's called The Illusion of Money by Kyle Cease. It's a short read as well. Like I finished the book in 3 days, but then again, it was so good. Like if a book is really good, I can't put it down. But essentially he like gets you from thinking of like money providing you this sense of security, for you finding security in yourself, and you like essentially like self-love and just thinking about why you're doing the things that you're doing, and just like getting you to know that at the end of the day, you're loved, you're secure, you're protected. Your attachment to money is not going to create that for you. Like if you attach all of those things to money or financial security, that's not gonna leave you really, really secure. So I love his take on this book. It was so good. It was such a good book that I literally made my best friend. I was like, hey, take out your phone right now. You need to buy this book. It's a fucking $1. I'll give you the $1 back. But it's such a good book, and I recommend you guys like download the book. It's only $1. It's like, but the amount of value that you get, I'd say, is over like $100,000. Like it's literally such a good book. And I'm gonna go back again and read this book, because like even at the end when you're done reading the book, he tells you go back again and read this book. Like that is just how good it is, and it's just such a good book. I don't want to like say too much. I want you to like enjoy it for your own self. I don't want to talk about the book because I'm not gonna do it justice or like talk too much about it. I want you to like go in, read the book, enjoy the content, soak it in for yourself, make your own opinion. But this is really like, such a life-changing book. And even as I was reading this, I was like, wow. So for him, he was like a comedian and he was doing so well, and then like he was at the peak of his career and he was like, you know what, this doesn't bring me joy anymore. And then he went skirt left turn and went to go do something else. And his sense of humor as he's writing the book, he's funny, so he's a comedian, and so a lot of the things like I like he's saying, it's funny because like as you're reading the book, even though it is like very deep and stuff, he also like throws humor to it, so you're reading the book and essentially laughing, and it feels like you're almost hanging out with him and he's like coaching you. So definitely recommend checking out that. And the last book I'm going to be talking about, so this book I'm actually not done reading it yet, but oh my lord, that's all I have to say. Oh my lord, this book is honestly, it's called A Conversation with God. Let me talk about the name first. It's called Conversations with God, an Uncommon Dialogue by Neale Walsh. And let me tell you, if you're not, how do I even phrase this? How do I put this? If you're not ready to have an open mind, or if you're somebody that's really religious, I would say maybe like steer away from this book. But if you're somebody that's not, or you're spiritual and you want to know more about God and who God really is, or if you were brought up in a religious family but you know deep down that doesn't resonate with you, then I suggest go ahead and read this book. It's a mind fuck. It really is a mind fuck. But a lot of these, wow. Like literally, where do I begin with this book? Like it is so good, like so good. There's three books. I'm on the first one right now. But wow, like let me just talk about it. So essentially, Neale is having like a crisis, a quarter-life crisis, and he's like, God, like show yourself to me. He's asking God all these questions that we've always wondered about, like love, money, relationships, careers, like gender, like all these things he's like asking God, and with his conversations with God, and he wrote all of this into a book because God told him to. And if you're ready for your mind to be just like, or like you're ready to learn something new, or you're ready to really step into spirituality, or you're ready to kind of ditch religion, religious ways, then I'd say, like I said, pick up this book and read it. It's very different. I really enjoy reading this book because a lot of the things I'm like, yes, this resonates with me. Yes, like of course, like this is something I felt and known on a soul level, but like growing up, I didn't hear that. I wasn't brought up, and I would always ask, why is things this way? But why? So I don't want to talk too much about it. I'll spill too much about it. But if you're just ready for your mind and your world to be rocked, read this book. Read it. That's literally it. Like the concept, the way of thinking, the way God is like explaining things, you're like, it's so fucking simple. Why don't we just do it? But it's such a good book. Yeah, definitely read the books. So yeah, guys, these are the 5 books, and I guess the one on my phone as well. Whoa. Okay.
So yeah guys, these are the 5 books. And I guess the one on my phone as well.
These are the 5 books that have really changed my life and impacted my 2019. And I know in 2020 there are going to be more books to come, and I can't wait to share those with you guys and the learnings that I take from it. If you guys enjoy like this type of videos, and like I said, if you have any recommendations, you're like, you know what, Yenny, you should read this, you should try it, drop it down below, guys. Like, I'm always trying to learn. Like, I literally love reading now. Non-fictional books, please and thank you. I don't know, I just don't enjoy stories right now. But if you have any other books that have like changed your life or like rocked your world, send it my way. Like, I love things like this. Like, I love learning about new concepts, different ways of thinking, up-leveling my mindset. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much once again for tuning in and showing your girl some love every week. I just want to jump on here and say I appreciate you. But yeah, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.